We're at the site of Laodicea. It's the seventh church, the last church that received the message from Jesus via the Apostle John. And it's the one church that has no commendation or praise at all for anything that it's doing right. So, and it's the church also, as you recall, that says, I wish that you were either hot or cold, but because you're lukewarm, I would spit you out of my mouth. For you say, I'm rich, and I have prospered, and I need nothing, realizing that you are really wretched, pitiable, poor, blind, and naked. And that's out of Revelation 3, verse 14 to 22. Laodicea was a very wealthy city. It was at a trade hub from Ephesus coming inland, and then from Philadelphia coming southward. One of the most prosperous, flourishing cities in Asia Minor at the time. It was built on 7 hills like the city of Rome. And the people here were very wealthy, and you can see why John wrote this letter to them. The Christian also there were many Christians here. Paul wrote of the Laodiceans. 4 times he mentions this church in the book of Colossians, where he encourages Epaphras to visit them and to encourage them. And he also says that he has a concern for them as a church. Because of this warning that he gives the church in Laodicea, John tells them to repent and encourages them that to buy from him gold refined by fire, that you may be rich, and white garments, that you may clothe yourself, and the shame of your nakedness may not appear, and salve for your eyes that you may see. We don't know how the Laodicean church responded to this. We know in ensuing centuries there was a major hub for the Orthodox Church. There was a bishop here, a metropolitan here, but sadly this place, which was subject to earthquakes numerous times. In fact, it was so wealthy, such a wealthy city, that one of the earlier earthquakes that devastated the city, the Laodiceans didn't even ask for any aid financially. They were wealthy enough to pay for their own recovery in rebuilding the city. But in latter years, in latter centuries, several earthquakes so devastated this city that it was never rebuilt. So we don't know if that's a result of the church not repenting, but it's emblematic of a church that doesn't respond to the call from God to turn to Him and to find their wealth in Him and not in their own self-sufficiency and their own resources. Because it is located on a hill, you can see for miles and miles all around here, and Laodicea is near Hierapolis, only probably 6 miles from here. It can be seen from here, and it was a source of thermal sulfur pools. And I sometimes wonder if in this writing the Lord wasn't thinking about the hot pools of Hierapolis, now called Pamukkale. But at any rate, it's a sober warning for us today to find our wealth and our strength in the Lord.